All right. Hello, Team Beachbody Champions. My name is Keyshawn Graves, and I am your Southeast Region Manager. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to our live 30-minute Q&A with 6-star Diamond 2015 Elite Coach Nikki Goss. Today is February 11th, and I want to remind everyone that this call is being recorded. And again, questions are already coming into our Beachbody Champions Facebook page. But before we begin to ask those questions, I just want to inspire you all a little bit by sharing just a little bit about who Nikki is. Nikki is a military wife and mom of 3. She was a brand spanking new coach just February of last year, but she made a decision, made some serious commitment, and relentlessly began to pursue a goal she knew would be worth it. And in just 12 months, she's already changed a lot of lives, including her own. And she's super humble, and she's an amazing person, and she has so graciously offered 30 minutes of her time today to answer all of our burning questions. So without further ado, I'm going to begin reading questions, and I'm just going to ask everyone as you come in to remind you to mute yourself as you log into the Zoom. All right, so Nikki, are you ready?
I'm ready. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So our first question comes in from.
Did you get some more paper?
All right, so there's not a question that's come in yet. Is there anyone on the Zoom with a question until we get a question? If you have a question, feel free to unmute yourself. If you do not have a question, please be sure to unmute or to mute yourself.
I'll go.
All right.
Hi.
Say your name and then ask your question.
My name's Carla Dewald. I'm in Canada. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So you managed to do so much in a year. Can you tell us what you did or what really spurred you? Like, I know you made the commitment. It was a mindset. But what else can you share about it?
Sure. So when I started as a challenger, kind of like everybody else, right? So my husband and I were actually coming back home to Virginia from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is where we both grew up. We grew up 30 minutes away from each other, but met down here in Washington, D.C. at work. So small world, right? But we were coming back from Valentine's Day weekend, and our family had offered to watch all 3 of our kids who were under the age of 5 so we could go out on the town for a night, and we jumped all over that because that doesn't happen often. So on our way back, we were just kind of reflecting and saying, like, we have a really wonderful life and we need to be around for a long time to live it. So my neighbor was a Beachbody coach, and I texted her while my husband was driving home and just said, hey, whatever that thing is that you're doing, sign me up, because I obviously can't get it together by myself. So I'm in, and I bought myself a challenge pack and my husband a challenge pack right there in the car. And that was how we started in 21 Day Fix. And I just had this feeling when I ordered that, like, could this be the thing that frees me? I had been looking for a different job. I was unfulfilled. I was commuting an hour to and from work, and it just wasn't doing it for me anymore. And my husband and I both just were kind of done with the grind, and I wanted to be home to put my son on the school bus when he started school in August. So I had this little tingle in my stomach, and I was like, could this really be it? So when we got our program, I didn't say a word about it, and even told my husband, like, don't say a word because I'm afraid of getting scammed. And we did 2 weeks of the 21 Day Fix, and I had taken off all of your education.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Whoever on the phone, not mute yourself.
I'm trying to. Can you mute that?
I can. Oh, there we go. All right.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Nikki. Go ahead.
No problem, lady. Oh yeah. So through 2 weeks through the program, I think somebody else is still on there. And Zoom land. I don't have the capability to mute. Okay. But I'd taken off all the baby weight and that I'd been holding on for like 8 months. So I was like, this is gold and I need to tell the whole world about this. So I told my coach that I was ready and I was going to become a coach. And I kind of knew. I just had that spark in my mind and I was like, this is it. I'm doing it. And she told me, she introduced me to the Power Threes tracker. And I don't know if everybody is familiar with it, but like, this is it. And it literally is how I have these dating back to the week I started as a coach. If you're not familiar with it, it's just a very simple system to expand your network by 3 people every day. So I add 3 friends on Facebook, message 3 people every day. So that's just talking to people. It gets you started talking conversations. It doesn't have to be anything about Beachbody, just reconnecting because we're people business. You got to talk to people, right? Inviting 3 people a day. So it can be to any type of group that you have, like a challenge group. It could be a coaching sneak peek. It could be a free water challenge group, a clean eating group, any type of group that you're running. You invite 3 people a day to one of your groups. Follow up with 3 people a day, which is pretty self-explanatory, and then inviting 3 people to the coaching opportunity. And I did that every single day. And that was the one thing that everyone kept saying, and I was like, okay, I could do that. And I did it. And I think that is what really kind of like pushed me to do what I'm doing. I did that, and I posted on Facebook 3 to 5 times a day. There's never been one day that's went by that I've been a coach that I did not post at least 3 times a day, and I try and aim for more than that because I like to lead by example. I think everyone needs to see you doing it, even if it's your struggle. That's actually more relatable to people. So it was really the Power Threes and just making sure that every single day I was putting myself out there and just kind of pushing past like the fear. And the more I did it, the better I got at it. And now it's become like second nature to me. And it's the activities that you do every single day. And you could do them honestly in 10 to 15 minutes. You could be done like with the vital activities that push your business forward within 10 to 15 minutes. And I know that we can all do that. Like, so anyone out there could do that. If you just use that to prioritize yourself, your business will always move forward because you'll always be talking to people and you'll always be expanding. And I think it's when we lose sight of that and we get caught up in the Facebook news feed or just going through 1.5 million YouTube videos. It's fantastic that they're all out there, but you could really get lost in a rabbit hole. But if you really just focus yourself and bring yourself back to the activities that are going to move your business forward and allow you to connect with more people, I think that's what helped me be able to achieve what I did within the year. So that was my very long answer to your question.
Thank you. I loved it. You're so right every day.
Yeah, and it's so simple. It's not some astronomical number of people. Thank you for asking the question. Thank you, Nikki. We do have some questions coming in from the Champions page where the questions are being filtered from. So if you have them, be sure you're asking them there. So we have one from Jennifer Unrelf up in Alaska. I have about 1,000 customers. Some I know, some I inherited. A lot are Beachbody given customers. What's the best way you think to reach out to them? I figure even with 10% success club or success rate, that's 100 new Shakeology customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you should reach out to every single lead that you're ever given or that you ever inherit, because you never know. And I think Lindsay Matway was a free lead. So if that doesn't, tell you something right there. So I have an email that I send to every lead that I get that just says like, hi, I'm Nikki. I'm your free coach. I'm here if you need me. I really would like to help you reach and achieve your goals. And then I just tell them like what I can offer them. I can offer you a challenge group, and I tell them a little bit about the group and what they'll get from it so they understand the value of it. And then I also offer them like an opt-out. Like, and if you don't, if you just want to do this on your own, then, more power to you, go ahead. But I'm always here and I'm always available. And then like most of the time we won't hear back, but I'll follow up with them. I'll look and see what program they purchased. If that information is out there, then I'll follow up with them when they should have been done with that program and just say like, hey, so just wanted to check in with you to see, you know, how the program was going, or if you needed help, or if you wanted any additional support, or if there's anything that I can do. You know, I'm your free coach. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you and, you know, to help you reach all of your goals. So I would absolutely reach out to all of them, but I do, like, just to make it easier, especially if you have like 1,000 people, I would just work on like putting together like a well-crafted email, just to introduce yourself and like a little bit about yourself, right? Because that's how people can connect to you. So just you know, a couple of sentences like, hi, I'm a mom of 3, you know, I live down here in Washington, D.C., and, you know, I started these programs to lose the baby weight. That way you're not just like a computer generated thing. They start to see a real person that's actually behind the email. I think that's really important to just get that like person to person connection. And then after that, like you can only do so much. So if you do that due diligence and you just try and do right by them and try and do everything that you can to help them. And then if there's no response, then, you know, that's just the way that it works out sometimes, but you just try and do all you can.
Great answer. All right. So this question comes from the Zoom. This is from Jeremy Newman. If there was one thing, knowing what you know now, that you would do differently while you were beginning to build your business, what would it be?
Oh, that's a really good question. Oh, geez. I didn't like prep for that one. No, what you didn't know. You know what I would do? Instead of 10 minutes of personal development a day, I would do 30. I think there's like throughout this business, I think personal development is the most important thing. I think Amy Silverman said on her national wake-up call that the reason that she thinks people don't succeed as Beachbody coaches is because they don't work on themselves and they don't try and better themselves, and it becomes a problem within their own mind. And I thought it just rang so true. And I would have built my armor a little bit tougher, because there are days, there are really high highs and there are really low lows. And I know everyone who's out there understands that. One thing I did learn is that the low lows are usually right after them, you go through a really high high. So whenever one of my coaches or myself is like really in like a down place, I'm like, listen, smile, because everything's about to get amazing. It's just the way that this starts. But I would have emphasized personal development to myself and to my coaches more, because I feel like anytime I've started to lose someone or they fizzled out, or I've fizzled out, it's because we've gotten away from that. And it's usually one of the first things that people kick out, or, you know, just kind of stay away from in the beginning. Like, it's self-help and I don't need that. No, you do need it. Every successful leader of every company across the world will talk about personal development and life coaches. And it's just how we build that armor. I mean, we really put ourselves out there, which is how we can connect to other people, but that also makes us targets. And you have to learn to just be able to block out all the haters and all the naysayers and everything else, and just know that you're living your purpose on this earth, and what you're doing is to help people. And you can't do that if those bullets keep piercing you. So personal development, I think I would have stressed it more to myself and to my team.
Do you mind if I go there? We're speaking about these lows and these highs. Do you mind if we go there? Really?
Yeah, you can go there.
Okay, that's why I love her, guys. So we see all these great successes, all these amazing accolades that you and your team have accomplished this year. Do you mind going there with us and explaining one of those lows, how you came out of it, how you pulled yourself out of it, and what you learned from that?
Yeah, sure. So my team is absolutely incredible, and it's actually made up a lot of like my best friends, and a lot of them have like become my best friends, but the majority of them I've known for years and years and years. And to be able to share this with them is pretty incredible, and to help them be able to build a business that could free them and their family is just really special to me. And I had one of my friends, we were like BFFs in high school, so she meant a lot to me, and we really went through a lot together. And she she was amazing. She built a diamond, and the week that she hit, she lost it. She had to go inactive, and within a week she had fallen. And she could never recover, and she quit. And I couldn't pull her out of that spiral, and I felt like I failed my friend. And it was so difficult because it wasn't just a random person. I mean, this was a friend that I had visions of, like, sitting on a porch, you know, when we're 85 years old in our rocking chairs talking about these, you know, these businesses that we built together. And she just shut down and walked away, and she never came back. And she was one of my first diamonds. And all I could say to her was, you know, I love you and I support you, and whatever you want to do, whatever's going to make you happy. Like, if this doesn't make you happy, then I'm going to fill out the cancellation form for you, because I love you and I just want you to be happy in life. And if this isn't doing it for you, then I don't want you to do it. And she walked away, and we're still, like, great friends and everything. She still actually runs a group for her people who she had when she was actively coaching, and she does right by them, but she walked away. And that is hard. And that actually happened right when the big push for Elite was happening. And I was sitting there looking at my organization and thinking, oh my God, you know, there goes one of my diamonds. Am I going to get there? And it literally, it cranked in my mind for, guys, you want to be, like, flat out real. There was a time on my dream board, the only thing was the word Elite. And I had such a rough go of it. I pulled that thing off the wall, ripped it up, and threw it at my husband and was like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. I'm maxed out. And I was like, everything's falling apart. And then, just like when you think it's all falling apart, my team freaking rallied. They rallied together. I said, we're going to do this. They came back from nowhere. It was just the most incredible thing. One of my diamonds, she was like, I will do this. I will do whatever it takes. And she'd been in her way a bunch of times. And she was like, she understood what it took to get the team to that level. And she was like, I'm going to do it for us. I'm going to get us there. And she did. And she is a diamond now. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her every single day because she did it. But what it just made us that closer. That everyone supported our one friend who walked away. We were like, it's fine. Whatever makes you stronger. And then at the same time, I was like, okay, well, no one, and we hear this all the time, no one is responsible for your own success or failure but you, period, just you. And I said, I'll never, ever, ever be that person who's like, well, this person quit, so I didn't make it. Like, nope, Nikki, you should have helped 3 more people build a successful business. It's on your lap. So I looked at my second business center and I said, well, I'm going to have to get you to diamond just to make sure that we have some buffer. And I did it. And I just went all in, and instead of inviting 3 people a day, I invited 9 people a day. And it just, what rate I wanted to move at, I just ran at that rate. And I just said, it's all on me. And ended up getting that second business center to diamond. And then my one friend got herself to diamond. And we ended the year as a 6-star diamond team. So I literally got, like, shook to my core, thinking, like, there's no way. It's not even about maintaining. I'm crumbling, but that wasn't the case at all. And it rallied our team together. So it just kind of took that as a moment to, like, look back and reflect on myself and say, okay, well, what am I doing about this? Because you can only control the controllable here. I can't control what anyone else is going to do. I can't control if somebody is going to walk away tomorrow. And if that's what's going to make them happy in this life, then that's what I'm going to tell them to do, because you just want people to be happy. So whatever brings that to them. But what I can control is me trying to help other people build successful businesses that free themselves and their family. I can control that. I can go out and invite more people to be a coach. That's something that's within my power. I can't control anyone else, but I can make myself a better leader. I can learn more. I can watch more YouTube videos and get more information to my team. It's all in my lap, and I know that there's no external factor that's going to like preclude or exclude what I'm doing. So whenever it gets to the point where you're in a low, the immediate thing that we want to do is blame outward, look in the mirror, because that's where the problem is. It's just right there, and it's with you. And what's cool is the problem is there, and so is the solution. You're the solution to every problem that you have. It's you. Every single day. It's just you. It's just you, racing your own race and fighting your own fight. So you look at yourself, you find the problem, and you say, okay, I'm just going to be very real with myself right now. This is the problem. This is what I am not doing. This is where I am not taking my team. This is what I'm not doing enough to support them. And then you break it and you make the solution. And then you just do it. Don't even worry about like trying to make the perfect solution. Like fail forward every single step. I tell my team every day, I'm like, just take action. I don't care if it flops completely. As long as you're taking action, you're progressing towards success. There's nobody at the top who's going to say, everything I did was flawless. Every group I did was amazing. I never had to shut one down. They all did. And that's how you get there. The people who will only move if they think it will be perfection never move. They stay stagnant because they're too afraid to act. You just have to act. And once you do that, you actually start to get more immune to any type of rejection. I think there's a fantastic book out there, and it's eluding me right now, but oh gosh, what is it called? It's like, it's Rejection Proof, right? And it's this great story about this guy who came over and wanted to make it as a successful entrepreneur and just got told no over and over. So he actually went out and started to seek rejection and would ask things like, he would ask the flight attendant if he could make an announcement on the intercom, and they said yes. And he asked if he could get Krispy Kreme donuts made in the Olympic ring shape, right? And they actually did that. There's a YouTube video about it. But he asked all of these crazy things. He got used to hearing no, so that whenever he heard no, it didn't shatter him and it didn't stop him. It just became part of his daily routine. So if you're looking for a good personal development book, Rejection Proof, recommendation for that one.
Love it. Thank you. There were some golden nuggets in that answer, Nikki. We have a question from the Champions page from Felicia Weiser. What is your most effective recruiting tip?
My most effective recruiting tip. Be real about why you're recruiting people. Like why? Like why do you want coaches? Like for me, like there's something about being able to help someone build a business based on helping other people get healthy that lights my fire. I don't think there is any more noble way to live your life than this. Like I help people like get their swagger back, like make them feel good in their own skin, look in the mirror and dance in their underwear. And I get paid for it. I get paid to hang out with my friends. I get paid to go on vacations. Like, this is crazy. Why doesn't everyone do this? So that's what I post about. I post about that. Like, this is really what fuels my fire. I want to help you become financially free so you can be there. You can help, I've just been in those situations where I've been at work and I've been told no, I couldn't go to my kid's Halloween parade. I missed it because someone said no. You have to be here to make corrections to a paper that anyone else in my office was fully qualified to make. And no more was I going to be just a victim to that. Like, no, this is my life. I'm going to live it how I'm going to live it. And I'm going to do it by helping other people. I mean, I just can't see so whatever it is about this business that sets you on fire, tell people that, post about that all the time, because your vision has to be so clear for other people that they can see themselves going there with you. And if they can see that, then they're more likely to come along and be like, you know what you're talking about, that freedom to just be able to throw in a load of laundry in the middle of the day and not have to have your weekend time stuff. I want that too, but they don't know that unless you talk about that. So I think to recruit into that culture, you just need to tell people what that vision and and what your culture is, and they'll come. Like a lot of my coaches came to me. I posted once and said I was lonely. I was a mom who was always surrounded by my family or by my coworkers, and I was lonely because I felt like I had no one to talk to. I felt like I had been isolated. I just got caught up in being, an employee and a mom, and I just woke up and didn't have any friends. And two of my coaches came to me and they were like, my God, I read that post and it was my life, right? And one of them hit diamond today. So it was just talking about what it is and what it really means to you, I think is the most effective thing. It's just like speaking your truth, because then you're going to attract people who have that same truth and who want to go to that same place that you're going. And then you connect. There's no disconnect, right? There's no, I was talking about this, but what I really want is this. And then you wonder why the person isn't coming along with you, right? So that's your opportunity to, as you're recruiting, to call for the people who want to go to the same place you are. And then when you're experiencing the hard times, you can say, well, come on, come with me. I want you to get here with me. This is where we wanted to go together. And it's a rally cry, and it's somewhere that you both want to be together. So it's speak your truth and share your vision. And then you're going to attract the people that want the same one. And those people, because they want to be there, are going to work for it with you.
Speak your truth. I love it. Oh my gosh, we have 2 minutes left. I think maybe time for one more question. This one comes from Elisa Thompson-Noose. How do you find new people to expand your network, and what messages do you send after they accept the request?
Sure. So every day I go onto Facebook and I use multiple ways, right? So I use Find Friends. There's a way that you can search to say who are friends of my friends who like running, right? So that gets you one step away. I join groups of things that I'm interested in, and then just kind of go around there and just start talking to people who have similar interests, Norwegian forest cat lovers. Anything that you like to do, because those people relate to me, and then when they see me doing a post with my cat making a song up for her, they laugh, right? Those are the people that you're going to connect with. So that's what I'll do. So I'll just kind of go in there, you literally are just going out to make friends. It's at its most basic function, just kind of what we did when we were kids. Just go make friends. Who do you like? Who's like you, and who's out there? Just find ways. Where are they? What do these people do? Are you an adventure, outdoorsy type? Then go find the groups of people who are adventure and outdoorsy. Where are you? Where do you shop? What types of stores do you like? Okay, well then find the people who are following, REI. And just kind of logically think about where you could find the people who are the best reflection of you. And then whenever they accept my friend request, and this just kind of goes with the Power of Threes tracker, I immediately, oh man. Okay, oh sorry, that was my Google notification. I just immediately send them a message and say hey, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. And if it's somebody who I went to high school with a long time ago, I'll just say it's been a long time, how are you? Just reconnecting to see it. And if it's somebody that, from another group, I'll say the same thing to them, but it's just something about the group. Hey, thanks so much for, accepting my friend request. I saw Mr. Fancy Pants, your cat, the other day in that post, and my cat did the thing. You just make the connection to them, and immediately Facebook records that too, right? Because now you have engagement with that person, and it's oh, Nikki and Alicia are talking, so messaging each other, so they must want to see each other's posts in their news feeds, and then they're going to start to show all of your new friends your posts, and so you don't even have to even say anything about Beachbody, and most of the time they're going to come and click on your profile. Because how many friend requests do you accept a day, and how many people actually send you a message and say, hey, thank you for being my friend? It's just not common. It's something that stands out to people, and they'll actually go and look at you further and be oh, wow, what a nice person, right? Just because you said thank you. And right there, that's my 3 messages a day, and it just starts to expand my network and starts to show my posts to more people. That's what I do.
Awesome. Well, that is the end of our 30 minutes. Gosh, that went by way too fast. Nikki, do you have any last minute words?
Just believe in yourself. It's the one key. It's the one ingredient that can make or break you. You got to believe that you're meant to do it and that you're going to do it, and anyone can do it. Like it was the Amy Silverman call again. She said it, like, no one has lived this life before. No one has been a Beachbody coach before. There is nothing like God-given, and there's no one preordained to be successful. It is all up to you. And if you just believe in you and you chase it and you go after it and you commit and you say, I'm going to do it no matter what, the buck stops here, you can absolutely do it. So I believe that all of you can do it. I just want you to believe it too.
Amen. Believe. Okay. Well, thank you, Nikki, for sharing your time with us. Thanks, everyone, for joining, even with the technical difficulties. We'll get this link posted in the Champions page within the next hour. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks, everybody, for hopping on.